All right, let's jump right in. There's a technology brewing that isn't just another upgrade. It's a complete rewrite of the rules. We're talking about quantum computing. And for the world of finance, well, it's both a once-in-a-generation opportunity and, frankly, an existential threat.
So what if one piece of tech could make you a fortune or wipe it out completely? That's really the heart of it, isn't it? Quantum computing has this incredible power to solve financial puzzles that are impossible today, which could create just immense value. But, and it's a huge but, that exact same power could be used to shatter the digital security that our entire global financial system is built on. It is the ultimate double-edged sword. So to really get a handle on the stakes here, we've got to understand what makes this technology so fundamentally different from the computer or the phone you're watching this on right now. Let's dig in. First things first, quantum computing is not just a faster laptop. Not even close. It's a completely new way of processing information. It plays by the strange, mind-bending rules of quantum mechanics. And what that lets it do is solve very specific, very complex problems that would take a normal computer, just billions of years to figure out. And this analogy really gets to the core of it. Your laptop thinks in bits. They're like light switches. They're either on, which is a 1, or off, a 0. Simple. A quantum computer, though, uses something called a qubit. And a qubit isn't a switch, it's a dimmer dial. It can be all the way off, that's 0, all the way on, that's 1, or, and this is the crazy part, it can be somewhere in between. It can be both at the same time. And that is where all the magic happens.
So that dimmer dial state, that both at once idea, that has a name. It's called superposition. And because a single qubit can hold multiple values at the same time, a quantum computer can explore a huge number of possibilities all at once. The power just explodes exponentially with every new qubit you add to the system.
And if you thought that was weird, hold on. Then you have entanglement. Einstein famously called it spooky action at a distance. You can link two qubits so their fates are intertwined. You measure one and you instantly know the state of the other, no matter how far apart they are. This creates this incredibly powerful connected web that just blows the doors off what a regular computer could ever hope to do. Okay, so that's the whirlwind tour of the how. Now for the really exciting part, the so what. What can all this mind-bending power actually do for the world of finance? This is where it gets really interesting.
We are talking about a complete game changer for the core functions of finance. Imagine running risk simulations that are not just faster, but way more accurate. Or for investments, instead of finding a good portfolio, you could find the absolute best one out of millions of possibilities. It means doing things that today are flat out impossible.
And look, this is not a movie prop. This is not science fiction anymore. What you're seeing right here is the real deal, the guts of a quantum computer. This is the kind of intricate, incredible machinery that's being built right now to make all this a reality.
When you boil it all down, quantum gives finance three incredible superpowers. First, optimization, literally finding the needle in a haystack, like the perfect investment strategy. Second, simulation, building models of the market that are so realistic it's almost like having a crystal ball. And third, supercharging AI and machine learning to create models that are way better at spotting fraud or predicting where the market is headed.
And hey, you don't have to take my word for it. The big players are all in. You've got people like the CEO of HSBC saying, this isn't just a nice to have. It's a technology that could solve problems our current computers will never be able to solve. The industry's paying very close attention.
All right, so that's the upside. It's pretty amazing, right? But now we have to flip the coin over, because that same awesome power that can build fortunes, well, it has a dark side.
And here it is. The peril of quantum computing. It turns out that all that power is perfectly suited for one incredibly dangerous job, breaking encryption. We're talking about the digital locks that protect, well, everything. Your bank account, your private messages, corporate and government secrets. You name it.
Yeah, this moment is so significant, it even has a name. They call it Q-Day. That's the day a quantum computer becomes powerful enough to just smash through the encryption we all rely on every single day. And let's be crystal clear. Experts agree it's not a question of if this day is coming. The only question is when.
And here's why you can't just wait around. The threat is already active. It's a strategy called harvest now, decrypt later. Think about it. Adversaries are stealing huge amounts of encrypted data right now. They can't read it yet, but they're just stockpiling it, hoarding it, and waiting for Q-Day, when they can finally unlock all of those secrets.
You see, this whole situation puts us in this crazy race against an invisible clock. We know the deadline is coming, we just don't know the exact date. So the big question for the financial world is, what on earth do you do now? And that really is the billion-dollar question, isn't it? When is Q-Day? You ask some people in the industry, they might say we could see a major impact as soon as 2025. You ask other, more cautious researchers, and they'll point to the late 2030s. And that huge range, that deep uncertainty, that's precisely why you can't afford to just sit back and wait. Because of that harvest now, decrypt later threat, the clock has already started. So financial institutions find themselves in this strange position of having to run two races at the exact same time. A race to capture the incredible opportunity and a race to build defenses against the enormous threat. So what does that look like in practice? Well, there's actually a playbook for this. For chief investment officers, it means starting pilot programs with quantum optimization. For the security folks, the CISOs, it's about taking stock of all your encryption and starting to test the new, safer stuff. And for the risk officers, they can start experimenting with these super-powered quantum risk models. Everybody has a job to do, starting today. So what's the shield against this quantum threat? It's called post-quantum cryptography, or PQC for short. And it's exactly what it sounds like. These are brand new types of encryption algorithms designed from the ground up to be tough enough to withstand an attack from both a regular computer and a future quantum computer. And again, this isn't some far-off sci-fi concept. The changeover has already started. In fact, it's probably running on the phone in your pocket right now. Apple's iMessage, Google's Chrome browser, Firefox, they all started rolling out this quantum-safe encryption in 2024. The consumer tech world is moving fast, which really puts the pressure on the financial industry to get going.
Okay, so let's bring this all home. What's the takeaway? It's that the only path forward is to look both ways. You have to embrace the massive upside while urgently building defenses against the equally massive downside.
The bottom line is this: doing nothing is the riskiest move of all. The only viable strategy here is to prepare for both sides of the quantum revolution at the same time. You have to treat it as a race for innovation and a critical security mission, because it's absolutely both. This quantum future isn't coming soon. It's being built as we speak. The investments being made, the algorithms being tested, the security standards being deployed today, all of it is deciding who the winners and losers of tomorrow will be. So the only question left is, which one will your institution be? An architect or a casualty?